Hello there, my name's Andy. I'm a process development engineering manager for a company called Jazz Pharmaceuticals. And Jazz Pharmaceuticals make products to treat a range of diseases, for example, sort of oncology, epilepsy, um, at various sites around the world. Um, my career journey has taken me through sort of analytical chemistry into pharmaceuticals, um, various companies, and eventually to Jazz. Um, my career path um, didn't start out like that. I studied sort of combined science as it was at school a number of years ago, and then because I liked the sciences, I decided to specialise in those at A level. I studied maths, physics, and chemistry at A level. I felt that was the best combination of subjects, and I always wanted to specialise in chemistry, though that was my best subject of those three, and also the one I enjoyed more because of the practical side and the experimental side of things. Found that particularly interesting, and I went to university and studied chemistry at Liverpool University, and then when I left university, I will be honest with you, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I needed to get a job. I just got a job through a recruitment agency, just doing sort of lab support work, analysis work, analytical chemistry, which was quite interesting and also gave me an insight into the workings of a lab and how to operate in a laboratory environment. Did that for a couple of manufacturing companies, one that made animal feed for farming, and one that made circuit boards for computer industry, analysing the electroplating solutions that those are made in. And then a job came up in the pharmaceutical industry, so I was looking just to sort of specialise, but also looking for a permanent role because I was only a temp. One place that I looked was New Scientist magazine. They have scientific roles advertised. Sorry, I got an interview for a role at a company called Aventis, which then became Sanofi Aventis later on, and I became a development scientist in essence in the pharma industry and worked on dry powder inhalers whilst I was at Sanofi. I was there 6 years. And eventually then moved on to a company called Vectura and then a company called 3M Healthcare, which did, so Vectura did dry powder inhalers at the time, 3M did inhaled aerosols, so sort of HFA inhalers, also solid dose and liquids and creams. I worked in the liquids and creams department for a few years and also in the inhaled division for a few years before then moving on to a company called GW Pharmaceuticals, who did liquid oral products, and they were then taken over by Jazz Pharmaceuticals. My role has evolved through sort of development scientist to senior development scientist to process engineering, which is more sort of hands-on support, to manufacturing, which is very interesting because every day can be different in the factory. Also, then on to project management. So as that role's developed and I moved on to sort of GW and then Jazz, I've now got involved in more project management side of things. So that's looking at how to improve processes, make them more efficient, and also purchasing new equipment, writing technical specifications and making sure everything is capable of manufacturing product more efficiently and more quickly so we can get products to the patients in a more timely manner. So career paths can change. Sometimes, I've always sort of gone, take the philosophy of go with the flow, as it were, but sometimes you can specifically plan if you want a career change or a different role within the same company. Always look for internal vacancies, always have a development plan and an idea of what you want to do, where you want to go. Sit down with your manager, your your parents, even if you're still at school, and try and sort of map out a target at least, something to work towards, and how, and then once you know what you've got to do, you can work out how you can do it a bit more easily. But don't be afraid of trying different things, because it's very easy to get involved in jobs that you don't like or that become a little bit boring after a while. So don't be afraid of mixing things up. Don't be afraid of asking for help and advice. Try and get a mentor if you can, to talk to, and run ideas past, and they can easily help you or point you in the right direction if you're ever stuck or need some advice. Yeah, that would be my advice to you. Just pick a subject that you like, but also one that you're good at. And try and pick something that will be in demand in the future. So sciences, maths, engineering will always be a need for those good subjects to get involved with. Don't be worried if you can't get any work experience, but try to. Year in industry is always handy, my colleagues have said. And yeah, and good luck with your careers in the future.